I got to read this from Big Speaker. That's his Twitter handle.
Hi. What's up, Big Speaker?
He hit us up, and he says, if the Falcons trade for Lamar Jackson, I'm selling my house in Kansas City, which is where he's at. He's a Falcon fan that lives in Kansas City. And he says, I'm moving back to the A, getting season tickets, and we'll figure everything else out from there.
We've talked so much, and we'll talk to Big Chuck Smith, and we'll get into the conversation, because Desmond Ridder, we just needed more. If he had done some crazy stuff that we were talking about on Monday, and he did a great job, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns, but you just wanted him to do something razzle-dazzle, kind of like what Jalen Hurts did that first year in Philly to really get people to buy in. And look, maybe the Falcons have no interest in Lamar Jackson, and this is a pipe dream, but it's still something that gets a lot of Falcon fans' juices flowing.
All right, Chuck, good to have you back on the show. We're talking about this because it's getting some traction. I know we've asked you about it before, but I got to ask you again, okay? Apparently the Falcons and Ravens did have some conversations at the Combine about this potential move, and today is tag day. So if they put a non-exclusive tag on him, it allows the Falcons to make a deal, and they're going to get 2 first-round picks, and we can keep it moving. If that happens, we'll see. Would you like for it to happen, Chuck? What does it do for our franchise if we were to make a deal and try to bring Lamar Jackson here?
Well, first and foremost, we've talked about you have to have a star quarterback that can do multiple things. Lamar Jackson can run the ball, and he's shown the ability to throw the ball. You got to have one of them dudes if you're going to be able to compete with the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes, maybe now even the Derek Carrs in your own division at New Orleans. So it's a quarterback-driven league. He has to be able to make plays. And absolutely, when you bring in a star like that who's proven, former MVP, it'd be a huge win for the Atlanta Falcons as well as their fans.
Chuck, we've spent a lot of time on Lamar Jackson because of the interest, and we always felt he deserved to be a first-round pick going back to what limited controversy there was. Bill Polian popped off about him as he was coming out of the Combine. But the guy's an amazing talent. Why do you think it is? Is it a combination of all of the above, running back injuries, don't have the dynamic skill position players, that the numbers have gone backwards the last couple of years for him?
No, I don't think so. I just think it's a negotiation. I think from the Ravens standpoint, it's a business. And they're also looking at their long-term goals. And they're also looking at how this impacts a certain team. Because look at the Green Bay Packers. Look what Aaron Rodgers' deal has done to that team. And part of their inability to really, I think, close the deal over the years because they haven't had the money. So from the Ravens standpoint, it's a business. Now, Lamar, he's looking at Kyler Murray. He's looking at some of these other guys that haven't won MVPs. He's looking at their money, and he's saying, I'm worth it. And it's also a negotiation for him. He's trying to get the most money he can. So I think this is one of those things you see, whereas the Ravens are playing hardball because, that's just how negotiations happen. So when you see teams like, Green Bay or let's just say Arizona or some of the teams that have paid guys astronomical money, that was easy. I just think in this day and time with players having so much power, we're used to an organization and saying, well, we're worried about the publicity. We'll go ahead and throw it all in now. I just think the fans, everybody's going goo goo gaga because, you see an organization that's kind of saying, hey, we're looking at the bigger picture. We want you, but we're trying to get you where we're comfortable because it's not just about one player. That one player is big, but we all know that you also got to have complementary pieces around him.